You call me a fool when you are angry. How can you complete and wipe out from me the feeling that you have hurt me? Do you understand my question? By calling me a fool, you have hurt me, haven't you? Huh? And how can you wipe it out? Huh? You can apologize, right?
But that would wipe the hurt from you.
So, you say that will not wipe out the hurt.
Yeah, because you still feel it.
You still feel it. So what shall I do? I don't mean, think it out. You've hurt me by calling me a fool, and you apologize, but all the same, you've hurt me. Now, the question then is, you have done your duty. You apologize, I'm awfully sorry, but you have hurt me. I've been hurt. What shall I do with that hurt?
So, if the other person is sensitive, sir,
Huh?
if the other person is sensitive, then you can assure him that you won't hurt another person like him again, and so that he will get satisfied.
Come over here. What's that?
So, if the other person is sensitive, and if you can assure him that you won't do it again, that is, you won't hurt another person like that person, then he may get the mental satisfaction that that person has improved by making this mistake, and he therefore will not commit this mistake again.
She might not commit the mistake again, but she has hurt me, right? I have that hurt, right? She might not, she might say, I won't hurt another, but she has hurt me. What shall I do with that hurt? You understand my question? You understood my question? What shall I do?
Sir, try and wipe it off. You can't do anything else.
Try and wipe it out. You can't do anything else. How shall I wipe it out? Sir, pay attention to this, because you're all hurt, aren't you? Right? All of you from childhood are hurt. Not physically, but inwardly. So what shall we do to be free of the hurt?
We won't think about it, and we won't think about the hurt, and think of why the other person has hurt you. What made the other person hurt
Yes.
you?
Don't you ask what made the other person talk to you that way and so hurt you. The other person was angry because he didn't sleep properly. Because somebody else called him a fool. So he takes it out of you. And so on. I'm not asking that at all. You're missing my point. I'm asking you, what will you do if you are hurt?
Why you are hurt?
Yes, why am I hurt?
Because you have an image of yourself. That image is hurt.
What?
Because you have an image of yourself.
And that image is hurt.
And that image is hurt.
Wait a minute. You have an image of yourself, right? Did you think this out or somebody told you? What?
He says he thought it out.
Bravo. Come over here. You go back, let me see. Are you also from Bangalore?
Yes, sir.
He's here. Now, how did you think that out?
Because
Slowly.
I myself experienced it. I got hurt once. I was thinking why I got hurt. And
at a position, I thought that that the image what I had, that got hurt, not actually me.
Quite right. Have you heard this? That is, he says he was hurt once, and he said, why am I hurt? And thinking about it, watching, he found out he had an image about himself, and that image was hurt. Right. Now just a minute. Have you understood this? Have you images about yourself? Yes. Right? So as long as you have an image about yourself, somebody is going to hurt you.
Yes, sir.
Right? Right? Have you understood this? The next question is, how is it possible? Is it possible not to have an image about yourself?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
It's possible. Accept the fact. If you suppose somebody teases, suppose somebody hurts you, and if it is true, you accept it. Finished.
Accept what?
Accept the fact.
Accept the fact that you are hurt.
You won't be hurt if you don't have an image.
So, have you an image about yourself? Careful, careful, think it out. Don't answer quickly. Have you an image about yourself? They all said they have.
I think I have, sir.
Now, why have you an image? I'm asking you two old boys. Why have you an image?
Sir, you have an image because another person tells you that you are a great person. And so you form an image about yourself that you are great because the other person is calling you great.
So, somebody tells you are a fool, you have an image about yourself?
You form an image about what you like.
No, sir. Listen carefully.
Sir, I think it's been put down by society that this should be done. And that is the image which you have. When somebody calls you a fool, you get hurt. The society has put it down that you should not be a fool.
So, society helps you to have an image.
Sir.
Your
You are
parents,
part of the society.
your parents help you to have an image.
Yes, sir.
Your brother tells you to have an image. So, all the people around you help you to have an image. Right? And you yourself have an image. So, why do you have an image? Careful, think it out carefully. Go on, sir, all of you, why do you have an image?
Something which you can hide behind.
Huh?
Something which you can hide behind.
Something behind which you can hide. Who is something that's hiding behind the image? Me. What is that me? Go on, what is that me which is hiding behind the image? What?
The body and mind.
Wait. So you are saying the body is behind the mind and behind the image and the mind.
Sir, I think the image is yourself.
That's right. So there is no hiding behind the image
Yes, sir.
because the me is the image.
Yes, sir.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So as long as you have an image, it's going to be hurt. Now, how can you be free of the image? See, as long as you have an image, you're going to be hurt. Right? Now, next question is it possible not to have an image?
So,
Huh?
if you watch your image, it's
if you're aware that it is building up, then it will never build up at all. It just
All right. Are you aware of it? Or you just throwing words? Are you aware that you are building up an image?
Yes, sir.
Then that image is going to be hurt. So you will say, I am hurt. And not to be hurt, is it possible not to create, not to gather an image? You understood?
It's possible, sir.
No. Why do you say it's possible?
Because it's happened to me, that's why it's possible.
Huh?
For one case, it's happened to me, that's why it's possible.
Good. In one moment it happened to you.
Yes, sir. Not one moment, for one particular case.
In one particular case, when somebody said you are an idiot, you want to hurt.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Right. No. But you are not free of the image.
Not fully, sir.
No. No. Don't say fully, because either you are or you are not.
No, sir, it didn't have to be that, because suppose somebody, hurts me by saying that you're, a short or something like that. But I don't have, if you don't have the image, I don't have the image, so I'm not no longer.
So I'm asking, I understand, sir, I understand. But how will you not have an image about yourself? Somebody calls you a short
So you
because
see
he's
it.
tall.
You see it, that's all.
No. Think carefully. You have an image about yourself as being short. And as long as you have an image of being short, you're going to be hurt.
Yes.
So how will you not have an image?
So when you know that when you know that you're short, and when you know it's a fact, accept the fact and forget about it. And if anyone says that you're
Maybe,
short,
careful, you have said something, which is accept the fact.
if you're short,
You are short.
yes sir, I am sure.
Huh? So you accept the fact, not the image. No, see the difference. The image is put together by thought, right? By society, by your parents. So, the image is not a fact.
So, but if you're really short,
That's right.
and if a person who's taller than you comes and says that you're shorter than me, and if you're really shorter than that person, then you'll naturally have to accept it that you're shorter.
That's all. That's all.
Sir, but it's not always the image that would hurt you. Not because if somebody says something to you, not the image that gets hurt. So take an example of height. A person who's short, supposing I were to go and tell a person who's short that you're short. The person knows he's short, he's accepted it. He doesn't have an image that he's tall, but still he gets hurt.
Do you?
Not me, sir. No longer, that is no
No,
longer.
not him. Some other person could be me. I might be a dunce in the classroom, and I accept the fact. But if somebody comes and tells me you're a dunce, then it hurts me.
So which means what?
Though I've accepted the fact, though I've done
No,
that I'm a dunce.
you have not accepted the fact. You think
You know
you,
that you're a dunce and you accept the fact.
you think you have accepted the fact. If I say you are a fool, you may be a fool. You may accept it, but you still get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Because I don't want to be a fool.
Which means you have an image about yourself.
No, but it's different. You don't want to be a fool. You are a fool, but you don't want to be a fool. You do not think you're not a fool. It's
But-
something you don't want to be.
No, I am saying somebody calls me a fool. I listen, and if I have no image about myself, it doesn't matter. But as long as I have an image, I'll get hurt. Isn't that so, Ravi?
No, I mean, I don't think so.
Huh?
No, somehow it doesn't click. I don't think so.
What?
No, I don't think you're right.
You haven't, then old boy, you haven't listened to what I said. As long as I have an image, whether it is a small image, big image, worldwide image, and so on, as long as I have that, I shall be hurt.
Sir, doesn't that involve conditioning?
What?
Doesn't that involve conditioning?
What kind?
Doesn't that involve conditioning?
Doesn't that involve?
Conditioning.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but then, since childhood you are conditioned, sir. We can't help but build up.
Wait, that's quite right. Since childhood, you are conditioned. Which means what?
It means your parents have been telling you something, your society has been telling you something.
That's right, sir.
Telling you something.
That's right. I don't tell you anything. So society, your parents, your grandmother, your grandfather, your friends condition you. What does that mean? What do you mean by conditioning?
You've developed a kind of,
What?
you've developed a kind of importance to yourself. You've developed an image through the conditioning.
Saying that you have developed a sort of importance to yourself.
Yes. Your condition means you are an Indian, you are a Brahmin or non-Brahmin, you must go to the temple, you must become an engineer, you are not as good as your brother or your sister, but you are better than your younger brother, and so on. You're gradually, your parents, your society, your environment shapes your mind, right? Right? Whoever, don't sit down. Whoever said that, keep thinking it out. So your parents have conditioned you, right? Now, will you be free of that conditioning and not fall into another conditioning?
Only by looking at the reality.
What?
Only by looking at the reality.
At the reality of what?
Of whatever you are.
Huh? Go on, go on. You're perfectly right. Go on explaining more.
You say the reality of what you are.
The reality of what you are. What are you? Think it out, think it out.
Your image.
Huh?
Your image. Your image. As he said.
He said your image. Your image.
We are my image?
No. He
You are
said
your image.
You are your image.
Quite right. You are your image. Quite right. Right? Where is that chap? Oh, there you are. There are too many. Do you want to come and sit here? Right. So you haven't answered my question. You have an image about yourself, and as long as you have an image, you're going to be hurt, right? Now, how are you going to be free of that image?
Start again.
Huh?
If it is possible, start again. Right from the beginning.
Start.
If it is possible, start again, right from the beginning.
How can you start right from the beginning if you have an image?
So, the image which I have of myself is something which I've collected through the years. My memory plays a part in my image because I hold on to it. And my image ceases to grow only if I don't live with my memory, if I don't live with my past, but I live with now.
Yeah, which means what?
Which means
No, say something which is actual, not theoretical. Don't invent something, but see what you are saying is true.
So, what I experience now and at any moment, what I experience, I leave it with the experience.
Are you not the result of all experiences?
So, I think means like when you're looking at a person or looking at anything, means you shouldn't think of that he's already done this to me, he's already done that to me. That is memories playing a part. You look at him at that time.
Yes, quite right. Now, can you do that?
I've tried, but I've never been able to.
Huh?
I've never been able to.
Huh?
I've never been able to.
What happened you've been able to?
To look at a person and I would not think of what he has done to me before. As soon as I look at the person, I think of what all he has done to me good and bad.
Right. That is, you look at me, and if I have done you any harm, you carry that memory. Wait. And you look at me through that memory. Clear? I have done you harm, and you remember that, and you, through that screen, you look at me. So you never look at me, but you look at through a screen, right? So how will you look at me without the screen?
We have no image about you.
Huh?
We have no image about you.
But you have no image about me, but I have it about myself.
Father, only both don't have images. Father, only that.
That's it. You have said something. If you don't have an image and I don't have an image about myself, we can never hurt each other. Right? Then will you not have an image? Go on, old boy. Don't put down your head. Go into it. Why do you have an image? And if you don't have an image, what happens? Huh? No, I have no image. What happens? Not only you not get hurt, what happens?
So you look at the person.
No, old boy. Listen carefully. Suppose I have no image of myself, you can't hurt me. But what happens to me, to my mind? I have no image. What is my mind?
It's in the present.
Huh?
It's just the present.
Huh?
It's just the present.
It's just a present. What do you mean by that?
Not present.
In the present, it is in the present.
Yes, what do you mean by that?
It's what you're doing. You go with what you're doing. Just don't think about anything else. Just go on with what you're doing.
That is, you are living only in the present. Without the past, right? Or without the future. Is this an idea or actual to you?
I find if it is possible to have no, if it is possible not to have an image, then this is a.
I know. I'm asking, have you no image?
I have an image.
Then don't talk about it if you don't have it. Right?
Then it's an idea.
Huh?
Just an idea.
Then it is an idea, it says.
That's right. Just an idea. And an idea like that is valueless, isn't it? It's no importance. What has importance is that you, all of you, have no image. Why don't you ask me? Go on.
So how do you get rid of the image?
Why don't you ask me if I have an image about myself?
Do you have it?
Huh? What?
Do you have an image?
You are asking me that? Why? Because I asked you to ask me. What do you think?
I think you have an image.
Huh?
I think you have an image.
What?
He thinks that you have an image.
How do you know?
Because something which I experienced with you.
Huh?
Something which he experienced with you.
Something.
Something which
I understand. What does he mean by that? Is it you have projected an image on me and you see that image? You understand my question? You have put an image on me and you see, yes, you have an image. Because I sit on a platform, right? I talk, I happen to go all around the world, and I have a certain reputation on all that. And so, you have an image about me, right? I might have no image about myself. You're following all this? So I'm asking you, if you have an image about yourself, you have, and therefore what will you do? Keep it? And get hurt all the rest of your life? Which is silly, right? Then get rid of it. Don't say like that. If you say now, tell me how to be free of the image, I'll tell you. But you don't ask me that question.
But we have to see it ourselves, sir.
You're quite right. But I can point it out to you and you can see it yourself. Right?
Tell it to us.
What?
Tell it to us.
Just please tell it. Let us know. Please tell us.
Do you really want to know? Which means what?
That we have to listen.
Huh?
That we have to listen to you.
Not only you will listen to me,
Pay attention.
but you will also pay attention, as he says. But in listening, you are going to be free of your own image. Right? It's not good saying, yes, I listen to you, it's very nice, and say, I'm still have an image at the end of it. Right? That has no meaning, has it? Right? So, will you pay attention to what I am saying and find out if you have an image? If you have an image, let us see why you have an image, and see if it is not possible to be free of it. Right? What do you call an image? When you say I have an image, what do you mean by that?
Something which you are...
Carefully think it out so that it applies to everybody, not only to you.
Conditioning.
Huh?
Conditioning.
Yes, you are conditioning, which means what?
Both are bad.
What?
Good in me and bad in me.
What?
I have an image of myself of what good I am, and what I am good and what I am bad.
She's got an image about herself, or what good and what bad about herself.
You see, that lady hasn't listened. She just has an idea of what is good and what is bad, which is part of the image, right? So I say, why have you an image? That image has been created by your parents, etc., etc. Now, do you know it? Now, wait a minute, careful. Or is it an idea that you think you know?
I'm I don't know I have an image.
Have you understood what I said?
You said, do you know whether you have an image?
Do you know you have an image? Or an idea that you have an image? You understand the difference? You get it?
We know it. We know it.
So I think
Wait, hold on.
I think most of us don't know it. Just an idea, because if we see it, we drop it.
No, you haven't listened to what I said. You're all. I said, you know actually this, don't you?
Yes, sir.
But you have an idea about it. If you have an idea, the idea is not that. Right? You see it? Good boy, clever, right? So do you know actually that you have an image? Or an idea that you have an image? Huh? That's it. Now, if it is an idea, then it's not actual. Right? Now, can you put aside the idea and face the actual?
So can you tell us how we know whether we have an image or not?
I'm asking you whether you have an image, whether it's an idea or actual. Is it an idea that you're in Rishi Valley?
No.
No.
We are here.
We are here. In the same way, do you know that you have an image? Actual.
Perhaps.
Huh?
Perhaps.
Not perhaps. And,
Some things, in doing some things, when somebody hurts you in a minor way, you do not take it seriously that in that case you're able to give him.
I'm not talking about that old boy. We've gone beyond that. I'm asking you if you know that you have an image, or is it an idea that you have an image? Which means, look carefully, listen carefully. You have lived with ideas, not with facts. Right? All your education is with ideas, not with facts. Ideas become more important than facts. So I'm asking you, are you looking at the fact that you have an image? Huh?
It's not really a fact, because it's, as you said, the whole education, everything is an idea. So if everything is an idea, your image has got to be an idea.
So, you are only living in ideas. So you are not living with the image, which may be an idea. You get it? Your image may be an idea. Huh? Get it?
It could be, but
Now, carefully, listen carefully. All religion, right, are set of ideas. Your action is born of out of ideas. Your teaching is transforming one idea to another, from one to another. So your whole makeup of the mind is built on ideas. So your image may be an idea. Right? Now, how will you be free of that idea? If you are not free, you are going to be hurt.
look at everything as a fact.
No.
Everything which is a fact.
Idea is not a fact, Robo.
No, but look at everything that is a fact.
So how will you look at it? You see how difficult it is? Do you understand? See what your mind has done. It has lived with ideas, and so it has created an idea about yourself, and that idea is the structure, the movement of image, right? And you suddenly realize all your life, not you're still young, all your life is nothing but ideas. See the tragedy of it? Huh? That's all. Remain there. Let's sit up on this morning. We're all getting tired. Now sit comfortably. Now, before you close your eyes, find out why you are thinking, what you are thinking about, from what cause or source you are thinking. Now, close your eyes and work it out.